Hello and welcome to Interactive Distractions, episode number 469. My name is Christopher Riccio, and I'm here with Jason A. Stryker.
Yo, 469, dudes.
And Jeff Jordy.
What up, guys?
And we are teenagers, apparently.
Always and forever.
Not much for you today. We're going to talk about games. We got a couple of new ones that we're going to touch base on, but first I am going to see what's going on with you guys. We didn't kind of prep for this beforehand.
That's true.
What prep?
It's been a while. Like, I haven't talked to you in like 3 weeks. So what's going on, Jeff?
Not much, man. I wasn't able to make last week's show because of the rescheduling, because of the tech issues. But we had Tanya and I had our 9-year wedding anniversary, so we went away for the weekend. Yeah, so that was fun. Thanks, guys.
9 years. That's it. Jeez.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing. Right? Like, I was just thinking to myself, like, I have never known you. Like, I didn't know you before Tanya. Yeah.
No,
When we met, you were already with her in 2007.
Yeah. She was already molding you into the G you are today.
I didn't get married till a few years into when we started InDis, so I guess it would have been more than
a few years. Yeah,
way more than a few years, actually. Yeah. What am I talking about? Yeah.
you're approaching, I mean, I guess the same is true about both Jason and I, right? Like 2007. 2007, you were with Lisa already, right? And I was with Crystal already, so.
Yeah, no, that's right. Now that I think about it, yeah, we were actually, it would have been approaching the years when I guess we kind of took the hiatus for a bit, would have been around that time. But yeah, so that was kind of cool. Catching up on, I've been watching a lot of TV. There's been some good video game TV stuff,
seriously.
And nerd video game stuff.
I started Fallout. I started it.
Dude.
I started it. It's really good. I fucking love it. I'm surprised at how much I like it, because I didn't think that, like, I always thought that like the 50s theme was more like side humor, like slapstick type stuff, right? But like, I'm so used to that world now that it all kind of fits and it feels right. And they did a really good job creating a story in that world and not linking it directly to anything with any of the games. Like, it's just another area of the country during this post-apocalyptic future of Fallout. And I love it. I'm not super far. I think I'm about halfway through the third or the fourth episode. But like, I love what they're doing. I really do.
It doesn't get worse. It only gets better.
Well, that's good. That's good. And I love how there's so many things that feel big that they make such a small deal about. And I don't want to say what specifically I'm like the specific things that I'm talking about, but because it'll spoil things. But there's a lot of like, just do this, and then it's like, what? Okay, I guess I will, and like horrible things, you know. I think you know what I'm talking about. It's like, it's a pretty big piece of the third episode, I believe. But it's there's some. I don't want to call those moments humorous, but
they are. They do like a weird. Like, it's
weird. I don't know how to explain it.
Well, there's two events that happened that I think you could be alluding to. One of them was definitely kind of meant to be sort of humorous, and another one not so much. But I think it's they kind of toe that line, and that's why I think it works so well. It's not ham-fisted. Yeah, it's, man. They did. I talked about this a little bit pre-recording last week, but they did something that a lot of video game adaptations that go to movies or TV can never do right, and that's take a universe from a video game and apply it with a new story and have it feel like the video games, which they killed. Yeah. And what, like, Halo did not do that. They tried to do that, and it was the not a good example of them having success with it. And like Last of Us is it's also good, but they did it right where they literally made The Last of Us.
The Last of Us, yeah. It's very true to the game itself.
Yeah, so it's like two different ends of the spectrum, but both are done well. And I think that middle part is kind of where you kind of get into muddy waters, where not a lot of IPs have been able to do that, like that I can think of. Like, I don't know. Tomb Raider looked like it was going. Did you guys see that movie? The new one, not the
new one. No,
I did see the new one.
Angelina Jolie one.
Yeah, the new one was.
Because I thought that kind of looked cool because I remember the trailer having like set pieces directly out of the first remake, and then I just heard the movie wasn't that great, so I didn't watch it.
It wasn't something that I would go out of my way to watch again. Let's put it that way. I'm not sad I watched it. Like, I don't feel, I didn't feel like it was a waste of my time. Like, it was entertaining for the 2 hours or so that I watched it, but it's not something I would go out of my way to.
Yeah, it's kind of like Uncharted, I guess. Like,
I was going to say exactly that. It's like kind of like the Uncharted movie. Like the Uncharted movie, it was okay. Like I enjoyed it for what it was.
Okay,
like,
cool.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, it felt like I was playing the game. Yeah, very much so.
Excellent.
Yeah, the platforming is exactly the same in both.
Yeah,
great.
Slightly less interaction, just a little less.
Right.
Yeah, like, it's all good.
Jason, did you watch?
I'm kind of leading into Jason's like hate for this game.
Not yet. I've been saving up like during my free time. I try and watch X-Men with Lisa because we're both big X-Men nerds.
X-Men 97.
Yes.
Okay.
But
I've only watched.
We're so behind on that.
One episode of that.
Yeah, we watched the first episode, and yeah, it's so good so far. Please don't spoil anything for me because I already had something spoiled, and I don't want anything else spoiled.
I've only seen the one episode, so
for Fallout or for X-Men?
X-Men,
both.
Oh, X-Men's fucking good. Yeah, we're all caught up. It's Again, it's so good. Like, again, another nerdy thing
is that one done yet?
No, one or two episodes, I think.
Yeah, there's still a couple more left.
10 episodes, I think. I forget.
Yeah. It was just episode 7, I think, last.
I'm probably going to wait on that to be complete. I'm doing the same thing with the last season of Bad Batch, which I think the last season of Bad Batch ends not next weekend, the weekend after. So 2 weeks from about 2 weeks. I think there's 2 episodes left or something like that. I don't know.
How is that overall? Because I started watching it when it was first a new thing, but I thought it was like a mini series. Like, I thought it was going to be like 8 to 10 episodes and that's it. And then I was like, oh shit, this is like not that. So then I kind of fell off because I couldn't commit to it.
I really, really enjoy it. I do. But I also love the animated series that Dave Filoni makes. So, but this is it's a very different type of series. Like I'm not sure how far into it you get, but essentially the series is about Omega, the female clone, and trying to figure out why she was created, and like digging deep into that lore of the clones and who and like what the Kaminoans what they were.
WWE. Yeah. Okay.
No. What and what the reason they created her and they like and kind of what happens to them during the uprising of the Empire. So I like it a lot. It's only 3 seasons. I think the big thing about this is the 3rd season and it's the last season. The big thing I'm looking forward to with this season, though, is that they are bringing back one of the Clone Wars anti-heroes. I don't really want to call her a villain. She starts out as a villain, Asajj Ventress. She's Dooku's apprentice at the start of the Clone Wars cartoon. And she has a crazy, crazy story arc throughout the Clone Wars. And then she's got a novel as well. She's in one of the novels, and in the novel she dies. So she's like, they bring her back in the 3rd season of Bad Batch. So that's one of the reasons I'm like, apparently they kept all the lore the same. They haven't changed any of the canon. So I'm interested to see what they did, because she's also one of the witches. What are they called? I can't remember. It slips my mind. Anyway,
like the ones that are in like the games.
Like the Dathomir, or is that what it is? Is that what the planet is called? Yeah. But she's one of the
bitches.
Yeah, the Darth bitches. Yeah, the magic users, the dark side magic users, essentially.
Gotcha.
But yeah. There's a lot of shit, man. Fallout.
Oh, dude.
Bad Batch. X-Men.
I also binged. Well, we didn't really binge, but I watched pretty much an episode a day of Twisted Metal as well.
Yeah, you were talking about that. I need to watch it. Did you finish it all?
Yeah. It's. Did you ever watch Peacemaker?
I did not.
Oh, okay. Peacemaker is also fantastic. Not video games, but that's DC. But that's probably the best thing to come out of that universe lately. Anyways,
and
Peacemaker,
John Cena,
it's great.
I think
John Cena, yeah, he's so good in it. Oh my god, it's so funny. But it's a similar humor to that. So if you like Peacemaker, I think you're gonna like the Twisted Metal show. And I don't play a lot of the Twisted Metal games. I think I played a little bit of 1 and 3.
I don't know how much it actually references the
obvious references.
There's no story there really. I mean, there is, but it's like kind of throwaway.
Yeah. Like I'd get the obvious ones,
you gotta hit the character beats in Twisted Metal, I think.
Yeah, you totally need to nail it. But they're great. Like what's his face? Sweet Tooth. He's great.
That's Samoa Joe. That's from AEW. That's Joe. I love Joe.
He's so good. And Will Arnett's the voice, which is awesome because he's great.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the
what service is that on again?
That's Paramount. Sure. I think it's Paramount.
I do have Paramount. I'll have to check it out.
But yeah, the two lead characters, like their chemistry between the two of them are great. It's good. There's not, honestly, I can't think of anything really, like it is kind of dumb, but again, it's not it's just done well. It's funny. It's violent, which I guess it should be. And it goes to places you don't think you'd want to see or even think Twisted Metal would go.
Sorry.
It's you said what good. Yep. But no, it surprised me. But then I might have liked it because I don't have an attachment much to the game, so maybe I'm not there to pick it apart like Halo, where I just couldn't stand because every little part I'm just like, oh my god, it's not like that in the games. Why? But I totally recommend it, man. It's a easy watch. It's funny. It's dark but funny. It's good.
Nice.
I think if you want to kind of fall back on, because there's not a lot of lore, not a ton of lore. No. At least there's not a lot of canon lore, because like everybody has their backstory in like the Twisted Metal games, but it's like who actually wins that tournament or whatever. So like who knows? Same thing with same thing with like Street Fighters, like who actually beat M. Bison, right?
Exactly. Who is the main character?
It was Chun-Li, totally Chun-Li.
Yeah. Did Scorpion beat Sub-Zero? Did Liu Kang win the whole thing? Who knows?
Who knows?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's it for me for the last couple weeks that's worth talking about anyway.
Yeah.
What about you guys? How you guys been?
Jason, how are you, man?
I don't know, man. Fucking A. I ordered a fucking Blu-ray off of eBay because you know what? They sold out on Amazon real quick and Crunchyroll. I bought the Berserk 97 series on Blu-ray. I have it on DVD, but this is Blu-ray now. And the fucking seller shipped it with cardboard just wrapped around this way. The sides were completely exposed, but there was a piece of cardboard just kind of wrapped around the front. Luckily, everything's okay.
Oh man,
but still,
wow,
like it completely.
So instead of putting it like in a box, they just put
no box.
Oh wow,
no box. It was a layer of cardboard around the front and the back, but not the sides. They just had tape around the sides and just one piece of tape. So like everything was exposed. Anyway, I'm still reeling about that. But everything's fine. We're gonna be okay.
That would be packing 1 star.
Seriously.
Shipping and handling 1 star.
You should rage on that guy. Yeah.
But is the disc in good shape? Like, is the box in good shape? Like,
seems
is it
like
in good shape?
Yeah, seems fine. I checked it out before I even opened it. because it was, you can see right in there. But yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's I'll add it to the shelf. It'll look fine. We'll be okay. Thanks for
That's good.
the concern. Appreciate it.
That's where most of the physical media goes nowadays anyway. Just the
right on the
shelf to watch.
I had to buy another bookcase. But okay, so we moved here a handful of years ago, 3 years ago, something like that. The intent was for this to be a temporary place until we found a house to buy. Shit happened. I lost my job.
Well, the housing market sucks also.
That and the housing market sucks. So we're still in this place, but I haven't unpacked most of my stuff. But I've amassed so many goddamn fucking Blu-rays and 4K discs that I had to buy another bookshelf just to house them all. That and like the Berserk manga, which is like 14 volumes of books this big. It's ridiculous, but buying more media, and it really shouldn't be. But here we are.
I understand.
Yeah.
Cheaper than what I went through.
Yeah.
I bought a car over the weekend.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I traded the Tesla in, and I got a
Tesla truck.
A Blazer EV. No. Absolutely not.
I'd offer to wash your car for you, but
yeah, I got the Chevy Blazer EV, and it's pretty cool. I like it. It's got a couple of key things that I'm like, why isn't that there? But besides that, it's we're basically a replacement for Crystal's car, and we're pretty happy with it at this point. So
cool.
Yep.
All right.
Very cool. That's always exciting.
Yeah. But that's it. Let's talk about some games. I'm gonna go to Jeff because it's been a while. Jeff, what's up, man?
Right.
What are you playing?
I did not get Stellar. Well, that's not until tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you could pre-order
tomorrow.
I could have pre-ordered it, but I did not.
Okay. There's a pre-order bonus. Damn it, Jeff.
Is there? But there's no Steelbook though.
Okay.
I don't care about pre-order bonuses. It's Steelbook, man.
I get enough heart over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
The mouse pad.
Steel. Yeah, they need a mouse pad. Exactly. I need her butt and her
Just her
boobs. I want a mouse pad.
Yeah.
Yep. Put my forearm right in between.
That's what I would expect for a game like that, actually.
Oh man,
and I'd buy it.
But yeah, I might end up doing it. I was gonna wait, man. I saw the reviews and they're all saying like it takes like 30 hours. I'm like, I don't want another long game. I was looking forward to it.
That's a lot
I was
for
like,
that kind of game.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it. One of the main reasons, besides the obvious, is that I thought it was gonna be like 15 to 20, like one of those character action games that doesn't take too long. And then it was like 30 or like 25 if you don't like really take your time. I'm just like, okay, no, I have too many long ass games to play that are in my backlog that they're not going anywhere because I just can't fucking get through them quick enough.
So you got long ass games, but what about big ass games?
But about what? Sorry,
big ass games.
Big ass games.
Thick, chunky, big asses in your face.
No
games. No, okay.
No, not that. But I did
ready.
play another game that came out this week, and that I picked up that Tales of Kenzera.
Okay, sure.
Zao.
Oh yeah.
I was actually really interested in that. How is it?
I like it. It's by a new developer, Surgeon Games, and it's published under EA's EA Original label, which is like their kind of like
indie
experimental stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think people need to look into these games more because I think the last few they've released have not done well under that. So, but yeah, it's a Metroidvania type game. It's
unsold. That's all I need to know. I'm sold.
Yeah, I like it. It starts off your father passes, and then you of course you're like depressed and everything, and then your mom gives you a book that your father wanted you to read, and it's basically you're going through that book, like the story that the character's reading is what you're playing through, and it's a similar thing in the actual story where you're trying to bring back your dad and you're going through kind of like I can't really explain like the world grief. Really it's just grief. I guess
grief I thought though like was the main topic that they were trying to tackle with that game.
That's kind of what I gather. I'm probably about halfway through it. Maybe it's not supposed to be a long game. It's not a long game. It's only supposed to be about 6 to 8 hours, maybe like the most. I've heard like 6 is pretty much what most people are beating it at. And then main mechanic is you wear these masks. One's like fire and one is like ice. I just say that because of the color. It's orange and blue. One of them is projectiles. Yep. The other one is melee. Certain enemies you have to use the whichever corresponding color to kind of bring down their shield and then beat them up however you want to. That's basically the gist of the combat. It doesn't get crazy deep like Prince of Persia did. You can air juggle, you can do stuff like that, but it's more basic, I guess. It's not super hard. It's a good enough challenge where you don't feel like you're breezing through the game, but it's not. Never once was like slamming my head against anything, or the bosses don't feel overly difficult. Like once you know their patterns, they're pretty easy. But yeah, is it on Game Pass? No, but it's on PS Plus. It's on PS Plus. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, whatever the middle one is and up. Is that plus? Yes, plus. Yeah, extra. The plus extra, which I think that's where I got it, because I was like, hey, why not? And it's may as well. It's on there. Got the sub, may as well use it. And I think it's only $20. I'm gonna download it like after the show. Yeah. So I think you'll really dig it. Yeah. Well, no, I remember seeing it on. I don't remember if it was. I think it was on. It was the Game Awards that we watched it. Yeah, and I saw it and I heard it was like a little indie developer that was starting up, and I really liked the style, the aesthetics, and I was it already had my attention when we first saw it. So when I saw that it was coming out soon and it was going to be on PlayStation Plus, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm on board. Let's go. Yeah, and the lead. Not developer, but I guess director is the guy. He's a voice actor, and he was the one who did Bayek in Assassin's Creed Origin. Okay. He was on. I think he's the one who introduced the game actually on stage at the Game Awards.
That's been his baby. Yeah, I've seen him tweeting an awful lot. It's like, tomorrow's fucking review day, and then he's like, "Is this real?" And he's showing like 8s and 9s from like IGN and shit like that. So it's. Yeah, I don't know what the average is. I want to say it's a little bit lower, 7, 8, maybe. I think it's like in the 7s. I think a lot of I read some of the reviews, saw a few. I think some of them are overly harsh because they're directly comparing it to stuff like Prince of Persia, which that's not fair. Which I get it. It's in terms of the genre, totally fair, 100%. And they kind of have a similar art style. And it just came out, like Prince of Persia was like 2 months ago. But also it's $20. It's not like this. It probably had a way less of a budget than Prince of Persia did. Not saying Prince of Persia was like a AAA fucking epic budget. It was a $50 game though, Exactly, yeah. So I think you can cut it some slack here and there because the level design isn't as intricate as some other Metroidvanias. You can go off the beaten path to find kind of like other paths to go and get like an item or something that you don't have to do. And they're pretty obvious when you're going a way that's going to lead to that versus the main path, which I actually don't mind because you're not going to get lost. Chances are you're not. Like I didn't get lost, and I get lost in these games all the fucking time. So I was okay. It does things like some of the annoying side of Prince of Persia this game doesn't do. Like it doesn't just throw enemies at you nonstop or death traps, and like you're not constantly having to maneuver around stuff. It gives you that downtime that I like in those type of games. So I like that. But again, it doesn't have all the attacks, doesn't have all the crazy powers. You do get more powers the more you go on. But it does feel like kind of like a step down in terms of design. Like if Prince of Persia is like an A, like not a step down, just a smaller bite. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that. I think if you like those type of games, you will like this. Like there's nothing that stands out as a negative at all that I can think of that's like, oh, this is actively not good. But yeah, so I'm enjoying it. I'm probably about halfway through. I think if it's 6 hours, I think I'm about 3 hours. 3 hours. So
okay.
Well, I just started the download.
There we go. Oh, we'll watch Chris's camera feed go fucking stuttering. Great.
What else? Oh, I tried a bolt gun. Warhammer.
Bolt gun, yeah.
Bolt gun.
What is that?
looks rad.
I heard you guys talking about it.
Warhammer Doom, dude.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's Warhammer Doom. Like, it's a boomer shooter. It's an old school graphics with but turned up to 11 because you can do that now on these consoles and have a game look like that, but also look not like old. Totally gave off Proteus vibes when I first started it. Very similar to that. And I didn't know it was out on console. I was going through Game Pass and I was like, oh shit, and this is on here? I'm like, I had no idea. I've seen video of it and stuff, but I didn't play much of it. Jason, you said you're not really into boomer shooters, so you didn't really.
Not so much. I like the Warhammer universe. I love a couple of the games, but this one, not a boomer shooter guy. So I got that itch scratched when I played Proteus, and it's like okay, all right, that's cool.
Yeah, they're similar. So far, it seems worth it. I'll play a level here and there. Don't know if I'll stick with it though. And of course, after Fallout, I jumped right into one of the Fallout games. So,
nice.
Like everyone else and their grandmother. Fallout 3 is what I went with because I knew the Fallout 4 patch was coming. It actually just got released today. So
yes,
maybe next week we'll talk about that. Yeah, I've seen mixed stuff online about that. Some people are saying it's great. Some people are saying it totally broke a bunch of shit and isn't as good.
I'm hearing it breaks a lot of the mod stuff. I'm seeing that if you have mods installed that your saves don't work or something like that, so I don't if you're playing on console, I don't think you have much to worry about.
Oh, I think there's mods on console.
Is there?
There's creator club stuff that you have access to. Not all the mods that are on PC, but there's some. A buddy of mine, he played an ungodly amount of Fallout 4, and he said that he actually thinks the game looks and runs worse than running the Xbox One X version on a Series X. So I downloaded it and I just tried it for really, really briefly. I can't tell because I haven't played that game since around when it came out. So to me, it looked great. But I really have nothing to compare it to recently since I didn't try it out. So, previous to the patch, really. But anyway, I'm going to give that a shot. But yeah, I played 3, and 3's definitely shows its age.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Luckily, the series consoles has frame rate boost, and it puts this. So the game is in 4K. It upgrades the graphics to 4K and 60, which is great. But it does have that 360 PS3 level jank when you're playing through it. But I played a few hours of it, and then I kind of think it scratched that itch, and I was kind of like, okay, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna probably try 4 again because I didn't really get into it the first time I tried that one. Yeah, 3 was good, but I didn't really like 4 too much. Yeah, and then I'm still plugged. 3's yeah. Did that win our Game of the Year that year? I want to say it did. Maybe it didn't. I think it might have. I can't remember. I have to see what else came out that year.
All I do is I remember being super skeptical about picking it up, and then I remember once I picked it up, I never put it down. Man, it was nonstop for me. So
I kind of want to fire up New Vegas again. It's been forever, and I hear that that's the best in terms of storyline. So I don't know.
Go for it.
Yeah. We'll see how after I watched a few episodes of the show.
That's when it got me. It got me a few episodes in, and then, but again, I'm already kind of over it after a few hours of Fallout 3. I'm like, okay, I'll try 4. I'll probably give that a few hours.
Boy, blew up Newtown. All right, cool. Here we go.
Yeah. I also forgot that game starts with an hour of just in the vault stuff when you're growing up. I'm like, I forgot about it because Tanya wanted to see it. Yeah, Tanya wanted to see it. You have to kill rad roaches with a BB gun and stuff. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I forgot you have to do all this.
That's the first time I died in that game. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why did it stop?
I'm waiting for the show to have one of the characters engage VATS and then aim for part of their body.
There's so many good did you catch the line about the
well, remember I'm only 3 out
no episodes. This is early. It's not like a spoiler. It's just a line that is a direct like it's definitely a thing only like a gamer or someone who plays Bethesda games would notice when he makes the comment about being sidetracked. If you're on what episode do you say you're on? 3?
Like 3 or 4.
Okay, I don't want to say anything with that spoiler. I think you probably would have already seen that because I think it happens in episode 2 or 3. But yeah, there's a funny line he uses, and I was like, that's pretty funny. That's pretty spot on.
Nice.
If at any point somebody says, "I just walked north and ran into this," then I'll be on board.
You see that over there?
Yep.
If I see it, I can get to it.
Yep.
Or you can go there. And then I've been still plugging away at Final Fantasy Rebirth, which I think I'm on chapter 10 now. I think that's 10 or 11.
That's I think you're about 2 or 3 from the end.
Okay, cool. Yep. So hopefully I'll have that finished up by next week.
Is that gold saucer stuff? Gold saucer heavy?
I have passed the gold saucer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. I didn't spend too much time there. For some reason, I thought it would be there a lot longer.
Do you go back? You go back at some point.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Because I remember hearing a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, I didn't have any of that happen. Did I miss it somehow? So okay. That makes sense then. But yeah, that's basically it.
Okay.
That's been my gaming last couple of weeks.
All right. Jason, what's up with you?
Oh, man. So I bought No Rest for the Wicked in early access, fully intending upon playing it. Waited like a day to start playing it. And then I saw that they were putting out another patch. So I'm like, okay, all right, fine. I'll wait a little bit. Turns out they had put out like 3 to 4 patches in just as many days, pretty much. So I'm like, should I just wait to play this until they've ironed out a bunch of the shit? And I probably should, because they're fixing stuff like majorly across the board as far as like durability and stuff. If you're unfamiliar with the game, this is Moon Studios who did like Ori, but this is a top-down like action RPG a la Diablo, but a bunch of Dark Souls mixed in terms of like the very deliberate combat and shit like that, and durability and whatnot. So it's got a really, really interesting painterly look to it. I'm super worried that it's AI, but I'm sure it's not.
I don't think it's AI.
I'm sure it's not.
They've never used AI before. Not that they're saying they can't again, but I don't.
Well, not that they.
I just think it's a weird art style.
Before. It's a very weird art style, but like the way that some of the stuff is like animated, it just looks. Something's off about it, and maybe that's their intent is to put something that's like a little off-putting out there. Maybe, who knows? Either way, the game looks great, but they're still super working on it. So I'm gonna hold back a little bit and see how it goes.
So you'll end up playing it when it's actually released.
Yeah, or if not a little bit closer. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, maybe give it a month or so and see what happens.
Exactly. So in the meantime, I picked up something that's been rated as overwhelmingly positive on Steam, which is a big deal because it doesn't happen too often. So
no, not at all.
And I remember looking at this game and completely passing it over because it looks extremely basic. It looks very cartoony. It looks very minimal. And it looked like a regular old indie game. And I'm like, nope, don't give a shit. Come to find out a few weeks later that everybody is loving this game. It's called Minishoot Adventures. It's basically a top-down Zelda with twin stick controls. So you get a little bit of fucking bullet hell.
So you're shooting and shit?
You are shooting and shit. You are a ship, a little hovercraft that is going around like a very Zelda-inspired map with the aesthetics to match. And you were shooting little fucking other ships that are shooting at you in bullet patterns and stuff, and you're weaving in and out of this. So the concept is very basic. What I really like about the game is that it controls extremely well. Flying around with the ship is so smooth. I feel like a god weaving between some of these shots and shit. It's very fun to play. It's kind of pleasing.
Sorry,
on the
what's
eyes.
It called again? Minishoot.
Yeah, I'm watching the video on the on the Steam page right now. This looks really neat.
I'm trying to see, is it on
it's not console
or just on Steam right
just
now?
on Steam, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
it just came out April 2nd. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I like it an awful lot. I think I posted about it in the Discord last night.
Yeah, I watched that video on there. I wasn't sure if it was console or Steam, but hopefully it'll get I'm sure it will get ported, especially if it's successful.
And I just played a little bit more before the show, and it's equally as cool as, you know.
Now,
as far
is it
as
like a roguelite, or is it like a...
Nope, straight up Zelda. Like, there's progression, and when you
leveling
die, you just leveling, expanded powers and stuff, and buy new items, like everything that you would imagine in like a regular Zelda game, with the addition of, you know, leveling and persistence and twin stick shooting. So
and shooting, yeah.
and shooting.
Is there a master cannon? Or like
there might be. I don't know.
I've
leveled
average
up to like a tri-shot and
spoilers, Jeff. Jeez.
Yeah. The game's super fun. Like, you gotta give it a shot.
It did look cool from the video you posted.
A really neat fusion of Zelda and Metroidvania with bullet hell.
Yep. That sounds
That's a
right.
combination that I'm surprised it took this long. But
probably been done before. Sure.
I'm bored.
Yeah, that's about it.
97% of the 1,487 user reviews for this game.
Yeah, that seems really high.
It's fucking, I was so surprised. Like I heard people talking about it on Twitter. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, this is just some placeholder shit until the next big thing comes out. But I started playing it, and I'm like, okay, I get it. This is great. It's so nice to see these games come out. It's a video game.
Those are my
need more of
games.
those, man.
Yo, my favorite games are video games.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm going to check it out. It looks pretty cool.
Please do. Yeah, it's like $15 too. I think it's pretty cheap.
Nice. Good stuff. Anything else? Okay. On my end, more Helldivers. Lots more Helldivers.
Played that last night.
Yeah, we played some last night. Glenn joined us for a couple of missions, so we were playing 3 players, so that was pretty fun.
Some birthday diving.
Yeah, lots of lots of bug guts going everywhere, so that was cool.
So Chris and I joined up pretty much right away, but then Glenn said that he was going to join, so we had to switch over to Discord chat. So I kind of backed out of the game a little bit, even though we were still on a mission. By the time I finally got into the goddamn call and they could hear me, I went back into the game and we were on like one fucking reserve.
One reinforcement left. that was a rough mission.
But we did it.
We did it. That's right. We did it. They had to add to our reserves one time. I think after that we died one more time. But yeah, it was rough.
We did it.
But that was the only mission we had trouble with. After that, it was pretty smooth sailing. But yeah, that game is that game has no right being as good as it is. It really doesn't.
Like if you want to talk about like emergent gameplay in like a game this year, that's it. Right there. Yeah. There's so many wacky things that can just fucking happen. And it's just like you accept it and love it. It's great.
Yeah. And there's so many we did it yesterday. There's nothing more satisfying than right after you die. Like I'm like, Jason, throw me at the charger. He threw me at the charger and I came down and I crushed his ass. And I'm like, yeah. That's the best.
Killed that son of a bitch. It was great.
That's how I took my first Titan down.
Oh, really?
First Bile Titan.
Oh, man.
Snipe and I were playing, and I was like, we were way underleveled for it, and it was just the two of us, and we weren't getting anywhere. So I finally said, like, yeah, throw me whatever, and I came down right on it and killed it. Yep. Like, yeah, chuck me. Exactly. Toss me. Oh, it's so satisfying.
Deep Rock Galactic is next on the agenda. No, but yeah, it's such a good game. And then I finished up Deedlit and Deedlit and the
most fucked up name for a game ever.
Record of Lotus Wars, Deedlit and the Wonder Labyrinth. I think that's the whole title. But really, really cool game. I don't know if you guys listened to last week's show, but I had gotten to what I thought was the second to last boss. which ended up being the second to last boss, and it was a boss rush room. I had to fight every boss that I had fought throughout the entire game in that one room.
Did you have to like switch powers in between? Like it seemed like that kind of game.
At times, at times you do. It depends on the boss that you're fighting. There's like one of the bosses. There's there's actually a Ifrit, and I forgot what the wind spirit's name was, but
Sylph.
Maybe it might be Sylph, but you have to fight both of them at the same time. So when you're attacking one, you have to be in the opposite. When you're attacking one of them, you have to be the opposite element. But if they if they throw projectiles at you, you have to switch elements so you can absorb them, right? And then you're fighting them both at the same time, so the projectiles are coming at you at the same time. So it gets hairy, but by that time you're so strong. Like a lot, like the first like 5 or 6 bosses, you just kind of blow through like they're nothing. And then they do give you like refills in between the fights.
Oh, that's good.
So it's not like it's boss rush. It's like you fight all the bosses in that room back to back, but they give you like life, magic, and
they give you the item, like the resources.
And then they power up your spirits too before the next fight starts. And then it's really only when you get to the last like 2 or 3 bosses in the sequence that it starts to get really difficult. But I finished that off.
Did you get to make it with 100% at the end, or?
No.
Wait, no spoil. Oh shit! Now I don't want to play it. Now I don't want to play.
There are other things going on in this game, Jason.
Besides Parn? Oh no.
Yes, besides Parn. But the story is. I don't really know a lot about Record of Lodoss Wars, so
it's anime D&D.
And I don't know a lot about it, but the story was interesting.
All right.
So, and there's not much else I can say about it without like some sort of spoiler, so I'm not going to.
I don't remember anything from the story from that game.
Yeah,
I didn't beat it, but I couldn't tell you.
There is closure with Parn. I will give you that, Jason. That's what I'm going to tell you. There's closure with Parn.
So sex with Parn is what you're saying.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Excellent.
Throwing the spoilers out the window. You absolutely do. But yeah, it was a great time. The one thing I did notice about this particular game, instead of like other Metroidvanias, is there's not a ton of backtracking, and all the backtracking is very optional.
Oh wow!
Like it's like you can.
It's pretty linear.
It's pretty linear, cool. And a lot of times when you backtrack, it's just to get an item or a weapon or something like that. So I ended up getting 100% on the map, and it was quite literally after I beat the game, I had like 5 or 6 rooms left that I had to go open up, and that's it. So and that's kind of what I was telling you guys the first time I talked about it. It's a very compact map.
Sure.
Like they pretty much use every space. Like if it's in like the inner border of the map, they pretty much use every space. You just got to figure out how to get to it. The one thing I will say, and I'm gonna give this one away. There's one place early on, I think it's in chapter 2, where it's a longer room, and at the bottom it looks like the floor moves from under you. And I never found how that floor moves. And then I looked it up, and it's really fucking stupid. So I'm going to tell everybody in case they get there. There's a place on the floor that definitely looks like it needs to go away. And if you jump on it 50 times,
my God.
Simon's Quest shit.
Simon's Quest shit, man. So yeah, that was, I think that was the one room. That was the last room I needed to unlock.
The fuck? Oh my God.
And I tried so hard not to look it up, and I'm like, I'm so fucking tired of this. And I looked it up, and I'm like, that is dumb. That's just really dumb.
Yeah.
And it literally says that, you have to jump on it 50 times. And I'm like, oh my God, sit there and do this. Just jumping.
Like after like 3 times, it would be like, that's not how you did. Like, no.
Yeah, it's not doing anything. Okay. That's clearly not what I have to do.
I thought you were going to say
and
some
that's
like
the thing, it's
David Jaffe shit, like when he had
No.
problems with fucking Metroid Dread and he didn't realize to use the bomb on the bottom. Like, dude.
No, this is just something that I can't think of anybody that would just randomly say, you know what, I'm going to jump in this spot 50 times.
Yeah, you'd never. Yeah, exactly.
Like, why would you do that? That's like a complete waste of fucking time. So, but outside of that one blemish, it was a really, really good burn experience, and it was a pretty quick burn, probably like 6 hours or so. So, you know, I continue to highly suggest checking that one out. It's got 6 stages, so like 6 different areas of the map that are all interwoven and connected, and you know, they have the fast travel and all the save rooms and things like that, and giant slabs of meat. I'm not sure if you remember, Jason, the giant slabs of meat.
I don't.
So
how could I forget?
a lot of the save rooms have giant slabs of meat, and what you do is you can hit the slabs of meat to charge up your spirits before you move on.
Okay,
and get into level 3. So I just thought that was very entertaining. But yeah, good stuff. Outside of that, I'm still continuing to play a lot of Beat Saber. I'm still continuing to play a lot of. We're still doing our multiplayer game on Baldur's Gate. But yeah, that's cool. About it. But you guys have given me a couple of other games. Tomorrow is Stellar Blade, so I'm going to be playing that. And you guys have both given me a game to check out.
Sweet,
nice. So, our job here is complete.
Looking forward to that. That's right. But yeah, that is it for me.
Mine's better.
You guys want to hear some news?
Yes.
Do we have news?
No
news.
No news. Nothing good. Anyway, nothing worth talking about.
No news is good news.
I guess, yeah, sure. Hey, no layoffs this week. Yay!
There probably have been layoffs.
Gaming industry is healthy.
Layoffs. Yeah, that's well. I mean, I think Tesla laid off 10% of their people.
Yep.
I don't, but
I'm talking the gaming industry.
I know. But that's
also don't look that up, people. I'm sure there probably was some that I
did have some friends that tweeted that, hey, I got hit by the layoffs recently.
Oh, so, and there we go. So never mind.
It probably happened.
Yeah. So we don't like to discuss the bad news. So we're not going to. No. So instead of that, we're going to wrap up.
Okay.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, please tell a few friends about us. Like, subscribe, and comment. All of those things really help us out. Go to interactivedistractions.com, and that's our link tree. From there, you can get to our Discord. Come hang out with us and chat. And then if you enjoy what you hear and enjoy what you see, please support us by checking us out on Patreon. And you can follow us on Twitter as well. I am InDis Chris, and Jason is at Unistrike, and Jeff is InDis Geoff.
Geoff.
And that is it. So until next time, my name is Chris.
I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Play your games, and we'll talk to you next week.